I want to talk to you about using technology in this video, specifically about like spreadsheets and graphs, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're doing relative frequency and cumulative frequency. Alright, above are the steps, but I find it easier if somebody just kind of shows me how to do it instead it gives me something to read and just lets me go, okay? So we're going to do this together in Excel. Now, Excel is not something that we expect you to know how to do. That's why I'm going to try to make videos showing you how to do it. And I say try because I am no Excel expert. Actually, I kind of struggle in Excel, so please be patient with me as we go through this video and learn to do this together, okay? This just kind of shows that you don't have to be great at Excel to do these things. That's my hope, is that we learn this together. Okay, so I've kind of jumped ahead and I've already put in you see here where we have the like grade A, B, C, D, F, and the frequency 4, 7, 9, 3, and 2. I've already put that in my Excel spreadsheet. So I have these up here in the corner. And you just tick on like B2, that's where I ticked, and I typed grade, and then arrow down and put A, B, C, D, F, and then I put my cursor here in C2 and put frequency 4, 7, 9, 3, 2. Okay, so that kind of got me a little bit of a head start, so you guys don't have to watch me do all of this because it's kind of monotonous. Now I'm going to go over and I'm going to put, hopefully, my cursor in D2, and now we're going to put relative frequency. And I'm not the best typer either, so you'll learn that. Okay, you can see how relative frequency runs into the next, and if you don't want that to happen, which we don't, then we're going to put our little cursor right here, and we're going to double click on that, and it's going to, you just double click where the little line is, and it makes it the length that you need it, okay? Now we'll go over here to E2, and we're going to type cumulative frequency. 0. And again, that's too long, so we'll go up here and we'll just double click on this little line as close as I can get to it, and it'll make it the right length for me, okay? So now we have our relative and our cumulative, which is what we want. Now, from this sheet, let me toggle back over here. We can see that we have these codes that we're wanting to put in, right? So it's going to be equals C3 divided by, now the $ holds this C and the 8 in place, but it'll let the C3 be replaced by C4, C5, C6, and C7 as we go down, okay? So that's what we want to do. So, but we want the C8 to remain the same because it's always going to be divided by whatever this sum is. So that's what we want to do. So let's go back over here to our Excel. Now, what I didn't do is I didn't put our sum in. So what we need to do is go down to B8. Here, this is going to be total. Okay. And then here, we're going to type in our sum, just like you see in our paper here. Let me go back over here, where it says, right here, where it says equals sum, C3 colon C7. That's, we're going to add up between C3 to C7, and we don't have to do the math. Excel's going to do it for us. That's what Excel is so awesome about. It does the work for us. So we're already here. Let me make sure that's where we are. Tick. So now we're just going to type, you ready? The equal sign. I'm going to make mine all caps, I hope. Yeah. Sum. Do just like they have it there, right? Parentheses. C3 colon C7 end your parenthesis, okay? Again, now that's out of our little reach, so if you want to make it a little bit bigger, ooh, there. So it made 25, right? So that summed that up, and that's exactly what we wanted. Now we're going to go back to our D3, and we're going to put in our little equation that we want it to do now. So we're back there. Let's just start typing. It's going to be equals C, hope that's still capital, yes. No, that's a plus. I just put equals C3 divided by, now you got to put your $ because you want this to stay constant, right? C, another $, and then 8. because we're going to want our C3 to change, but we want it to be divided by. Now it's in red, and we see what it's going to be divided by, which is 25. So if we hit enter, there we go, it did it. So I'm going to arrow back up to where it says 0.16. And you see the little block, the green block on the lower right hand side. We're going to put our cursor on that. When we do that, we can grab a hold of that. If I could be steady, and I'm going to pull that down all the way to D7 and let go. And it just copies that all the way down. And it performs the same operation each time. Pretty cool, right? Now, in D8, we're going to have to type our sum. Okay, so again, we're going to say equal sum of D3 divided by D7. Or colon D7. Did I put divided by? No. And D3 is supposed to be, stop, Shelly. I messed up. So if you mess up down here, you can always go back. Okay, just say, yes, I would like to accept that condition. There you go. And it should always equal 1, right? Your relative should always equal 1. Sorry for that, guys. Told you I'm not an expert in this. Alright, so now our cumulative means that we're going to take our first, and then we're going to add our each time. So this is going to be 4 to start with, and then we're going to add our relative frequency of the next one to it. So our first one here is going to be equal C3, right? Because we want it to equal 4. But our next one is going to be equals, now we're going to have E3, so E3 plus C4. And then our next one is going to be E4, yeah, E4 plus C5. And then equals E5 plus E5 plus C6. And then E6 plus C7. Ooh, I forgot my equal sign. My bad. So if you go up here and you put right there and put your equals, it should just do it perfectly. Awesome. And then now I'm going to put my equal sign because we want this one to equal C8. And it did. Okay, that's how you do that, right? Sorry for mistakes, but like I said, no expert. We learn these things together sometimes, especially when it's Excel for me. Okay, so now let's jump on. Let me go back over here and scroll down. So that was our relative frequency and cumulative frequency. Now let's do some bar graphs. That was too far down. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to do bar and pie graphs. So to do that, I'm going to let you guys look at this. Hopefully y'all printed it so you could kind of do like I am and look at the printed copy and the Excel. That's what I hope you did. If not, pause me and do that now. Okay, so let's look at this. So I don't want to have to keep making new, opening new files. So I'm just going to copy these, and then I'm going to show you something really cool. So Control C, that guy's copied. You can tell that by the little marching ants around him, right? Now I'm going to come down here at the very bottom, and I'm going to make a new sheet. Okay, so when I make a new sheet, it's completely blank, and we could start all over like we haven't done anything. I'm just going to copy, and then I'm going to do Control V. I'm going to paste our grade and frequency in. Cool. Now, since I've done that, now we can make our charts. So I'm going to see if I can go over here and make this guy, there, make him up a little bit. So now we're going to insert all of this information into a graph, okay, or a chart. So we're going to go over here and we're going to look and see which one has a bar chart. So if we tick on this, we'll look right here. Here's some charts. That's exactly what we want, right? A bar chart. So let's tick this guy. And there we go. We have what we need. So it has our A, B, C, D, and F. There's our grades, and then it has how many we have of each. Now, instead of having frequency, you could always tick this and do what you want to. You have axis, you data labels. You put all kinds of stuff in here. Legend, a timeline. Really, we don't need any of those things, so I'm just going to close it. But we do need to title this. And the title on here says Essay Grade Data. So let's do that. You just double click on it and type the right letter. Oh, and I'm all caps. That's winner, chicken dinner right there, wasn't it? Okay, let's do it again. Essay Grade Data. Beautiful. And that's all you got to do. So, and they have on the side, they did do something over here, so we want that to happen. Undo. So now, where's my little trouble keeping up with my mouse? If we go back over here, now they did have data labels. Nope. There. Axis titles. That's what they have. So when we put our axis titles in, they have frequency over here on. So I know it's like tilted funny, but you could just delete these and put in frequencies. So there's frequency, and then down here you could put in grade. There we go. I think that's everything they have. So I'm going to try to close out of that. Now, you can change the color of your, you can always change the color of the fill. If you don't like blue, you can make it green or orange or purple. Whatever you want, right? Don't make it too crazy. Let's go purple. And you can make the outline be a darker black or a thicker color, or like a weight of, so it's like, you can do whatever you want to. Just keep it like, don't make it too crazy, right? You don't want it to be polka dotted or something. Now, since you've made it like your own, and you want to put it into, say, if you're doing your writing assignment, and you want to put it in there, you just like right click on it, tick copy, and then you can copy that into a Word document or a Google Docs document, okay? And that's how you would copy your graph into that. Okay, now I'm going to copy this again since we need it. You can also, instead of do Control C, you could just do copy here if you wish, and you could tell it's been copied again by the marching ants, okay? Now I'm going to pull this down so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to make another sheet. Like, you could put as many sheets in one document as you want. Sheet 3. So I'm going to paste that again. And now we're going to try to make a histogram, because that's something a little bit different than a pie chart or a bar chart. So again, we're going to insert this, and then like this was where we found our bar chart. But if we go here, we have our histograms, right? So histogram, the difference is there's no space between the bars, right? They happen simultaneously, so everything is together. So we would just hit histogram. Now, this does not look like we need it to, because it would have the same, like, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, like everything would be together, and this is kind of wonky, like 2, 8, 8, 14. But all you have to do here is you tick on this down here. I do believe. How did I do that? Okay, so you tick on this. That's not it. Give me one sweet little second here, if I can find my mouse. Here, double click on that. That's what I just did. Let's do that again so you can see what I did. It's kind of trial and error here. So you double click on like your number here, and then you go change by category, and then it changes it to what you want, right? So here's your A, B, C, D, and F, and then that's what we want, right? That is exactly what we would want it to look like if it were a histogram. But histograms usually things that are by date or by time, and then there's no time lapse in between them. But this is what a histogram would look like if you were needed to create one. And then again, you can always change your color, right? Whatever you wanted it to be. There you go. And your outline. Beautiful. And then copy and paste it just like we did before. Okay? Alright, so there's your histogram. And then last but not least, let's copy our same information again. Control C is my favorite way. And then, I don't know why I didn't make this area bigger. But I didn't, so let's make one more sheet. Okay, let's make our 4th sheet. Paste our information. And let's make a pie chart. So then we'll go, oops, up here, insert, and this time we're going to go into the one that looks like a pie. Okay, that's kind of easy to remember. And then we just do this. And here's our pie graph. And we could, over here, if we want to do data labels, it would put them inside. And then that's strictly if you want to select the data. That's what I want to do. Okay, how to change these, because there's a way to go from just the number into a percentage. And how was that? Double click on it maybe? That's what we did before. I swear. Okay, give me a second guys, I'll remember. Yeah. So here you have it as a value, or you can have it as a percentage. So if we turn it to percentage, why did it just do that one? That's a good question. I don't know. But you could turn it into percentage. I think there's a way to do them all, but right now we're just going to do one at a time. How about that? Oh, look what I'm doing. So you could turn off the value and just have it as a percentage. That's what we want. Let's just do just percentage, not both, because that's very confusing. So there. You turn off the value and have percentage. Beautiful. And I would think probably that you would want that to be a different color besides black, but you could always, you know, just like there. That's what I want. Let's pick a different color. I'm sure there's a way to change the color. I'm not sure what that is, but I'll leave that to you guys. You guys are smart and can figure that out. How about that? And then you would copy and paste this the exact same way, okay? Just right click it and then copy it, or do Control C and copy that into your document that you were trying to do. So I believe that is the pie chart. The same way with a line chart, right? You would copy this information up here. Find my mouse again. He's missing in action. There he is. And then you would just say insert, and then here are your line charts. Okay, so you just put it in there and then copy and paste and change everything like we had before. Alright, I put some examples at the end for you to create, and then you can turn those in for your points for this one. That's going to be your assignment, okay? Awesome. I hope you have the very best day.